everybody. Welcome back to Major Misconduct. Taylor Keilback, Foreplay Sports Bar, 360 Winnipeg.
Foreplay with Taylor.
.ca.
You realize how that? Go ahead.
No foreplay whatsoever. We've got to talk some baseball because it's All-Star break time. We don't get teed up for the mythical second half until Friday. There's a lot of hype in baseball these days, and a lot of hyped players right now. And there was some interesting hype on the final weekend of the season as one player in Arizona was booed off the field. A new player showed up in Boston, and people can't stop talking about the two babies, 19-year-old Bryce Harper and 20-year-old Mike Trout.
Yeah, it's interesting because these guys do come with a lot of hype, and I don't know, it may have been exaggerated somewhat, but I heard that Trevor Bauer was basically booed off the mound by Chase Field by the Arizona Diamondback supporters, and there's something wrong with that picture. Here was a guy making his debut. It's not his fault if management, media, build this guy up to be the second coming of Ryan Nolan or something. Nolan Ryan. Yeah. I mean, and that's basically what it's been. And sometimes you get this kind of situation. I remember, by example, a classic example would have been in Tampa Bay in hockey when the ownership, the then owner of the Tampa Bay Lightning, drafted Vinny LeCavalier. And or was it? No,
I was thinking Alexander Day.
I was thinking it was Vinny LeCavalier, and said, "Here's the next Mario Lemieux."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's only one Mario, and here's an 18-year-old kid suddenly coming up to the big leagues, and now he's expected to do so much. And I think the same may have been the case for Trevor Bauer, although he is a cocky kid from what I've seen. But just the same, give the guy an opportunity, and he got hammered in the opening, but don't boo him off the mound in his debut. His knees are shaking.
I watch Goldeyes games and have for 20 years. And I often see players and I wonder what they're doing here. Why they can't be good enough to certainly play at the organizational level. And I look at pitchers in the major leagues, and I see guys who can't get anybody out. They can't get anybody out anytime, and yet they still have jobs. And when I watch this, I wonder to myself what it takes to get to Major League Baseball. Who do you have to know? Who do you have to snuggle up beside? Because it seems to me there's a lot more to it than just work. I see so few scouts now. I used to see a lot. But when we do see the scouts, when they show up, they're looking for somebody, and that guy's usually out of town. In a minute, he's usually gone. They've come there for a reason. But when I look at some of the players that are playing in Major League Baseball today, I wonder how they got there. Trevor Bauer is one of those players. I'm sure he'll be a good player in a couple of years, but he's not there yet. They brought up a kid in Detroit, Casey Crosby. My goodness gracious, he wasn't ready to play in Major League Baseball. He got hammered.
On the other hand,
pounded.
On the other hand, I watched the Boston Red Sox the other day, and they had a guy there, Pedro Chiriaco, playing shortstop because Dustin Pedroia is out with injury. This guy was easily the best player on the field. It was the Yankees and the Red Sox. I think he went 3 for 4, 4 for 4 at the plate. He made brilliant plays defensively. He stole a base or two, and he was the difference in the ball game. Had 3 or 4 RBI. And this guy has been down in the minors. Why? I guess because Pedro is there, or because Dustin Pedroia is there. But somewhere along the line, there should be an opening for a guy.
Right now, Detroit's middle reliever is a kid named Darren Downs, a lefty. 10 years in the minors. 10 years, and now he's finally getting a chance, and he's lights out.
He's doing well.
It's amazing to me. Now, we go to the All-Star game. Two of the players in the All-Star game, 19-year-old Bryce Harper, 20-year-old Mike Trout. Wow, that says a lot. Mike Trout's leading the American League in hitting and leading in stolen bases.
Mike Trout is a tremendous baseball player. I haven't seen much of Bryce Harper, but the very fact he's 19 years old and is in the All-Star game, that tells you a whole lot about the kid.
My buddy Rob McLennan from the track, who played football at St. Paul's, he's about 19 years old. He played against Bryce Harper in a tournament in Chicago. His only response, kid's a freak. When we come back, we're talking hockey. Yes, it is July. Yes, it is 400 degrees outside. We're in an oven, but we're going to talk hockey. This is Major Misconduct. Taylor Keilback, Foreplay Sports Bar. We're live on 360Winnipeg.ca.